and good afternoon, everyone. Good to see everybody here. Welcome back. Today we got a nice show. It's just a little easy, laid-back kind of show. We got Esther today. Esther's Plate. She's going to be, I believe, on the Lower East Side, and she's going to be at a place. We're going to see what's happening there in terms of meals and dinner and plating and everything. Let's see who we got on today. We got here Mary Grace Lopez from the Philippines. Hello. Mayung Buntag, right? Because it's morning there now. It's about 1 o'clock, and Mary Grace is up watching us. That's great. Salamat, Mary Grace. Appreciate it very much. All right. We get a lot of people from the Philippines, folks. I actually do a little show there every once in a while, and it's really nice. They're nice people. They're good. They're interesting, and we really appreciate them watching us today, and also on my other shows that I do with them with Ate Luce. Yes, very good. All right, so we got Esther coming up. Then we're just going to take it easy for the rest of the day. Anybody has any questions, you could call in after Esther. We could do that. Probably we won't get any calls, but if we do, that'd be interesting. All right. So hello to everyone out there. Hope you're watching. Please share the show. Okay. And appreciate everything you do. Got some shout outs to Ann Rothney, of course. She's always watching. Mary Grace Lopez Franco. And to other people in the Philippines. Thank you very much. Salamat. Also, shout out to Hazel May Cruz. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Hazel May. All right. And shout out to Ate. Okay. And also shout outs to Shine. Okay. My favorite three Filipinas. Okay. Also, there's a shout out to, I believe it was Bruce Coppola's birthday. So happy birthday, Bruce. Okay. And there are many others that we will shout out to today, hopefully throughout the course of the day. All right. What's coming up? What's coming up with us now? We have a Beatles special probably coming up in October. So anyone out there that's into the Beatles, they'll like it. I don't know if you remember, we had Helene White on. She was a big Beatles fan. So we're going to have her on. It's going to be good. Also, what else we got here? I'm sorry, I'm just checking everything here. Okay, good. So we got that live. Okay, so we have a Beatles special coming up October. I don't know what we're going to be doing as far as Halloween is concerned, because I think we are on Halloween. Okay, we are on that day, from what I understand. Yes, we are. What else we got here? We have. All right, just let me see here. I'm going to share the show here. That's what I'm in the middle of doing. So I'm sorry if I seem a little occupied. We're going to check our Facebook here. Okay, we got that. All right, we're going good. All right, Facebook. We got a lot of comments here from Mary Grace, which is great. All right, and what else we have today? Again, we'll take some calls if anyone wants to call in after Esther. When I do my last goodbyes, we'll do that. And what else we have here? It's a cold, rainy day here in New York for anyone that's watching outside of New York or Long Island. That's it. We're going to be doing also probably in October towards the end or in the middle. We're going to have another person from Florida, and this person will work out. She's going to be down there. Everyone's familiar with Aunt Gina. She's been on the show a few times. Well, she's going to be going down to sunny Florida, and she knows a lot of people down there, a lot of places. So we're going to have her on occasionally, if not most of the time. Give her an opportunity to really shine, and I'm sure she will. All right, so that's for excuse me, Aunt Gina. She's going to be down there in Florida. All right, what other shout outs do we have? We don't really have too many today, but we will have next week. Next week, we're going to have Ken Comics Cook, okay, with Bonnie Scalisi. And don't forget to watch the show tonight at 8 o'clock on her Facebook page, Bonnie Scalisi. All right, again, we're going to have Esther come up, and I'm going to be a guest on Esther's show on Friday, I believe at 1 o'clock. We'll have more details. And Esther does a great show. She does a great job on the Price is Right inflation. I believe that's what it's called. We could ask her when she comes on, and then she'll give us details. I believe it's going to be on her page, which is Esme4, ESME4, FORR. Okay, so you can watch her, you can watch me, and her cousin, who I love. Me and him do really good on the show. We're kind of like a team in some ways. So we're going to be on Friday for Esther. Okay, Esther's a hardworking person. She does her tennis lessons, she does her comedy, and she does this show. Okay, something else coming up in October. I'm going to have another show, and I hope you'll watch it. It's going to be different from here. It's not going to be me in my chef coat or anything. It's going to be called "What's Your Beef with Frank and Felix?" or Frank and Feel. Okay, we're going to do it on Facebook and probably maybe Twitter or Instagram. We're going to do a show. It's going to be called "What's Your Beef?" where you can call in if you like. Tell us what really annoys you, whatever. We're going to pick a couple of topics each show. And we may even have Esther out on the street asking people those questions. All right, which is going to be interesting. So it'll be me and the gentleman Frank Merlo, who you guys know actually from being on my show. He owns Merlo's Fine Foods, and I'm going to be doing some stuff with him and helping him out. So it should be a good show when we start it. It may not be on every week. It may be on maybe twice a month, probably on a Sunday about 3 o'clock, or possibly Saturday. I don't know yet. We're still trying to work it out. We may have it on a Sunday, and then maybe we may have it on during the week, on a weeknight. Okay, so that's what's coming up. It's going to be What's Your Beef? Okay, and I think it's going to be fun. And hopefully at that time, we'll get more people watching, and we'll get people calling in. You know, it's a chance for you to express yourself, okay, with on whatever subjects that bother you or annoy you, or maybe subjects that you like. You could talk about the election. I don't care. We're going to keep it civil if we ever do discuss any kind of politics. We're also going to get two different views if we do that. We're going to do subjects like what bothers you. Like for me, reality shows really bother me. And I guess this is a reality show. I don't know. But reality shows really bother me. And the ones I'm talking about are the ones that are the most annoying. Okay, Mary Grace says, wow, we got 3 views. We got 2 views over there, which is great. And again, everyone share the show. That's what this is all about. You must share the show. If you're on YouTube, I don't know if there's a way of sharing it, but you could try that. And we're going to be coming up with Esther in about a minute. We're going to get her going here. All right. We're going to do the intro, and hopefully Esther will show up. Esther, if you're out there, come on. Get ready. We're in the studio. All right. All right, Esther. Here comes your intro, and then you're coming on. Okay, Esther, how are you?
Yeah,
How's it going?
I am well. It's been a hectic morning. I feel
Okay.
like the sun is never going to come out, and the sun will be like something we talk about, like the good old days or something. Hopefully, some of our listeners are experiencing sunshine right now. I almost Googled where isn't it going to rain today, and I was tempted to just drive there. But I am on the Lower East Side now, and I went to like a couple of places where they said they didn't want to talk to me,
That's okay.
which is amazing to me that places like you're giving them like free publicity and they don't want to talk to you. So then I was frantically running to find another place, and I stumbled upon this place right at the cusp of when showtime was starting, because everywhere else around was like a Burger King and McDonald's type of place, which I thought wouldn't do justice because people want to learn about goodies, not about McDonald's. And also, I don't want to subject myself to McDonald's, quite honestly.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah.
I would just as soon as eat berries. But I found this lovely little place, so I didn't get a chance to ask them if they would talk to us. But it's called Davidovich Bagels. And I guess a bagel type of place, that kind of food feels wholesome on like a rainy day like today. You feel like that kind of a place. And they do have outlets, which is good because anytime I'm in the city, I'm like, do they have outlets? Do they have Wi Fi? And do they have a bathroom? And they need like at least two out of the three. Otherwise, I'm probably not eating there.
Yep.
And they had a special, which was great because, as Felix mentioned, he's going to be on my show, The Price is Right, where we talk about how ridiculous prices have gotten. And you could get challah bread and soup for $6.50.
That's not too bad nowadays.
Yeah,
You
definitely
know?
not.
Yeah.
It's a good deal. Like the place actually, it reminds me of Zabar's on the Upper West Side, which actually has, or when I last went there, they had pretty cheap soups and pretty cheap coffee. Even though the other stuff there was kind of pricey, but this kind of feels like a Zabar's type of thing. And I got the turkey sausage soup, which I'll show you.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to kind of get it a little better picture.
All right, wait, let me see. I got to move my knee out of the way.
Yeah, move it a little
So
more.
it has like I feel like it's a pretty solid soup. It has like sausage, carrots, tomatoes, some green vegetables, and it feels like it's pretty healthy. It doesn't feel like you're just throwing lots of fat and carbs into you and just,
Right.
killing yourself with that, which I was prepared to do because I was going to get a chicken salad, which I know, which is what I usually get at a bagel place. But whenever I do that, I'm like, wow, I'm about to give myself a heart attack. But this is it. And they also gave out two pieces of challah bread and
Oh, wow.
challah. And challah is like a Jewish kind of bread, and it tastes pretty sweet. And I must admit, I had a bit of it already, but
That's it.
this
They
is
grill
the
it.
challah bread.
Yeah, look at that. They toast it for you, huh?
Yeah, they toasted and they gave me two slices, which is unusual for like a
Uh-huh.
place. Like usually you're lucky you get like, a cracker with anything.
Yeah.
Really it's like there's almost nothing available, and I got a coffee, of course.
Right.
Which I have the Panera unlimited subscription. So anytime I pay for coffee, it stings. But this coffee wasn't too bad, and they do kind of make
Yeah.
a nice design on it where they have like kind of a queen holding
Yeah,
coffee.
look at that.
So, that kind of uplifts your mood. Like I hate to say, but even pretty pictures of things can really make you feel better.
Right. Esther, just to let you know, some people are saying hello to you. Mary Grace Lopez,
Aw.
excuse me, and Lucita Francisco is saying hello to you. Okay,
And they're all
and
in the
also,
Philippines or no?
and Judy Rosialda is saying hello.
Wow. So I have some bears.
And there is a Sheila Ashton watching too. Do you know
That's
Sheila at all? We have Sheila
What's her last name?
Ashton. Ashton.
I don't know her. She's a mystery.
Oh, okay. Well, she must be a new viewer, so we wish her and we
Wow,
thank her
it's
for
always-
watching.
It's always amazing when you get like new viewers, right?
Right.
Because it's like, wow, people actually watch this show that are not.
Right.
You know, it's nice. It feels like you're
Mhm.
famous almost.
I don't know if you have a chance, but can you show the bagels to the audience? Because I don't think they know bagels that much.
Yeah,
if possible.
that's a good point. A
You know?
bagel is basically bread and it has a hole in it. And let
Right.
me see if they're a bagel. They have.
Right.
Here's a picture of a plain bagel.
Right. Okay.
That's a plain, which
Right.
has nothing on it. Everything they put like a ton of toppings on stuff.
Right.
And don't kiss anyone after you eat an everything bagel.
Yeah.
Sesame is like one of my favorites. I
Right.
eat, except the seeds get stuck, but it's good. They have Asiago cheese.
That's a good
A
one.
bialy is kind of like they have like bialys, which are kind of a thinner bagel.
Right.
But like, I remember I used to eat lots of bagels growing up as a kid, and then they had to spoil it and be like, bagels have so many carbs.
Yeah.
And now
it
I
is.
barely, but our neighbors actually, when I was growing up, our
Right.
neighbors owned a bagel store called Captain Bagels, our next door neighbors. So we would always like get a good, I think they gave us kind of a good deal, but I remember it used to be like everyone would go to the bagel store on Saturdays, and if you get a dozen or 12 bagels, you usually get a deal when you go to a bagel store. But now I think people don't enjoy it as much because everyone's worried about carbs.
Right.
But I just remember it being a thing. I think they probably gave us a good deal at Captain Bagels because, like, we
You
were
know-
their neighbors. I hope they did because, like,
Yeah,
otherwise
I
they're kind of a
remember-
crappy neighbor.
Yeah. I remember some bagel places used to make that low carb bagel or the gluten-free ones, but I don't think they sold much because everybody still wants that bagel. You know what I mean? The way it is. Oh. I
Where
said,
didn't sell that much.
well, when I was, in the Garden City area, there were a lot of bagel places like West Hempstead, stuff like that. And they came out with a gluten-free bagel. And it was a very dense bagel. But they did away with it. And I asked them why. And they said because they weren't selling any. Everybody still wants the good old bagel, you know? So,
I mean, it's hard to get a bagel right where you don't want it to be too soft or too cakey.
right.
I actually read a book, which was a work of fiction called Isabel's Bed, if anyone's looking for a good read, by Harriet Lipman. And it talked about a woman who's kind of like going through a midlife crisis and looking to find herself. And eventually she opens a bagel store.
Right.
And so it talks about like the bagels and how to make it, but it was hard to understand unless you tried to make a bagel. But she uses like a recipe from the 6th grade from like a cookbook. And of course, it's only meant to like make a couple of bagels, and she needs to adjust it if you want to mass produce
Right.
bagels. But she eventually opens a bagel store in Cape Cod, and I think it thrives and does really well. But I've always said that bagels are something that's really exclusive to like the New York City area, and that you would do really well if you were able to make New York style bagels, but in another state, like in California or on Cape Cod or something.
Right.
And I have to say, I went to San Francisco, and I don't know, I don't think I got a bagel, but I have to say that even the pizza in San Francisco was not up to New York City style pizza.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it
agree.
just was like, you know, you look at it, you're like, is this really pizza or is this something else? But San Francisco's Mexican and Thai cuisine is definitely, and its sushi is definitely on the level of New York, though.
Right. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
How-
but
How's the soup?
What's that?
How is your soup?
The soup is a little bit hot, but I didn't burn my tongue. Let me get a bit more of a taste, and I'll tell you
Uh-huh.
a more detailed.
While you're eating, we want to thank Mary Grace. She sent some stars. We're
Wow,
thanking
Mary Grace,
everyone.
right?
Yeah, Lucy is thanking everyone for watching. We have again, we have quite a Filipino audience that's watching. So what you're showing them is different from what they're used to.
Sure.
Especially bagels. I don't think they have bagels over there.
They don't have beans.
Bagels. They don't have bagels. No.
I mean, it would be interesting to find like a Filipino eatery somewhere in the city and find out how it compares to their actual food. Because usually it's kind of different.
Well, there's definitely Filipino, even bakeries probably around there in Jersey. I know there's a couple in Jersey, a Filipino bakery.
Is there?
Yes,
I'd be willing to check it out.
Yeah, because they make certain breads and everything that are really good, and then I think near me over here there's a Filipino restaurant, so I'm sure in where you are in Manhattan in Jersey, they have to have some kind of Filipino eatery. I'm sure,
They've got to. Like, I'm trying to think if I heard about one. I think there's a big contingency of Filipinos like in Flushing. But
Yeah.
I used to play tennis with a lot of Filipinos actually.
Uh-huh.
So I could reach out to them and find out where they would usually go to eat.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they have a dish called adobo, which is pretty popular. That's their national dish. And it's
Adobo
usually
is
like
the national dish.
Adobo, yeah. And it's similar to Spanish, and they do it for chicken and pork and other meats, maybe even some seafood. They do adobo. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm sure they will tell us. I had 3 lovely ladies on my show, and Hazel, Lucy, and Shine, and they showed us dishes, from the Philippines. It was pretty interesting. A lot of vegetables, and meat or fish. They probably their primary diet, if I'm wrong, is probably fish. Fish and rice, because they could catch the fish in the ocean and stuff like that. So. All right. Hello, Rabina. Rabina is on. She's saying hello.
Bina, where are you from? It's great to hear from you.
Rabina is from the Philippines. There you go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'd say mostly everybody here is from the Philippines watching
Are
it,
you
right?
guys from Manila or somewhere else?
There could be different areas. Not just Manila. Like there's Quezon City. There's other places. Angeles, all over the Philippines. And yes, Judy is saying they do cook fish adobo, because adobo is like a spice, or not a spice, but it's like a mixture of different spices that they put on the meat. Yeah. So they call it adobo.
So adobo is a spice that goes on the meat.
Yeah, it's a mixture of all different things. Like could have garlic powder, could have all different things to it. If you actually, here's one for you, Esther. If you go to the store in like a Latino section, you'll find adobo, and you could just sprinkle it on your meat and you cook it, and it tastes really good.
I'll have to keep that in mind, because like I said, I'm a novice kind of cook, and I'm trying to learn to cook better and make my meals more interesting.
Yeah.
And
if you do shrimp
above Hoboken, Union City, which is right above Hoboken,
right,
they have a big Latino population, so I'm sure they have like adobo in their
supermarket. The supermarkets will have adobo. You could go to like a Goya section, and you'll see adobo there. And all you got to do, Esther, is sprinkle it on your shrimp or on your chicken, whatever, beef, pork, whatever you want to do, and on your fish, and it'll make it taste better. You don't even need to put any salt or pepper on. Not at all. So there's all different types of
Awesome.
adobo. Yeah. Because I know you're trying to cook because I know we go back and forth. And, I know we did something with salads, you and me and stuff, and I know you're trying there to cook and bake and stuff like that. And Lucy, of course, is reminding me that you could do calamari with adobo too, the squid.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you eat that at all, Esther? Calamari?
Calamari is like amazing. Wait. No, yeah, shrimp calamari, right?
Well,
is that the fried shrimp that I can't stop eating if I go to
Oh.
like a party?
well calamari is actually squid. It comes in the rings. You ever have that in Italian restaurants? Usually, the calamari.
Yeah.
It's a squid, and you dip it in a hot sauce, like a hot marinara. Yeah. And Lucy told me that they do the calamari with the adobo. They sprinkle it on and then they fry it. If you like squid, it's good.
Yeah. Well, I like almost anything.
Do you?
In
Good.
small doses.
Do you know that they cook the leaves of the sweet potato? I think stuff like that. They utilize everything, vegetables and meat, everything they utilize. Yep. And Ma'am Lucy is a very good cook, and she cooks Filipino very good.
Right.
And she even fries chicken, like fried chicken. She does that too as well. All right. What do we got here? Yeah, so we got a lot of people saying hello to you from the Philippines.
Now I feel flattered. Now I don't feel as lonely anymore.
So
I'll have to remember that the next time I feel alone, that I have all these people.
Yeah, maybe you could look for a Filipino place or something. That would be interesting.
My web guy actually lives in the Philippines. The guy who does my web design and he does flyers, he actually lives in the Philippines.
Well, that's good.
Maybe they know each other. Who knows?
You never know. You never know. Yeah. All right. We got here Judy Rosialda is saying thank you and saying a couple other things here. In fact, maybe we could ask the people out there if they cook a Filipino dish, they could come on the show. We'll send them the link.
Yeah, that would be really interesting.
We'll send them the link and they'll see we'll do the Filipino show.
Yeah.
We'll show them everything. That'll be interesting. Yep. All right. So Esther, if you have a chance, if you go outside and show us the area, that would be nice. But you finish your meal first,
Yeah. You want to see what? I'm sorry.
Go outside, kind of show them the area that you're at on the Lower East Side.
It's really pretty. They have a lot of nice murals, actually.
Yeah.
This area is known for the graffiti that they put. I take a ton of pictures, as you can tell. There's some nice graffiti across the street. If you look further up, there's graffiti.
Right.
The store, I guess it's some kind of a store across the street. It has graffiti on it.
Right.
The whole area, if you look around, there's lots of tenements. There are lots of tenements, which were homes of Jewish immigrants, because it's basically the Lower East Side of Manhattan.
Right.
And a lot of these homes have been around for a while and were the houses of Jewish immigrants.
Right. I think we should also tell them that hearing those sirens is something normal in New York.
And now there's some kind of emergency, I guess. I can't hear anything.
Yeah, but those sirens are always going off. Those are the ambulances and the police. They're always going off in the city. It's something you have to get used to, I guess.
What?
I said, I'm explaining to them that sirens are normal in the city to hear all the time.
They certainly are.
Right? It could be an ambulance. It could be an ambulance. It could be a police.
To say that sirens have broken up relationships. Maybe two romantic partners are on the phone with each other and they're trying to say something important in the conversation, and boom, a siren goes by, and now
they can't hear what was said.
Done.
Yeah.
What?
and they can't hear what the other person is saying, right?
Yeah, that's the thing is, but the person on the other line maybe, doesn't realize there's a siren, but probably, it depends. If you're on speaker, then they can hear like the siren.
Right.
But if you're not on speaker, they might not realize why whatever they're trying to say isn't registering.
Exactly. Yep. All right. So, what kind of coffee did you get? Regular or was it a flavored?
I always just get regular with milk. They probably have more fancy drinks, but on a day like today, that's enough for me.
Right.
But something, it's good to change because when you've had Panera so many times,
Yeah.
When you've had Panera like so many times, you get tired of it. You want a different tasting coffee, and even though people say it's just coffee, I always feel the difference in different coffees.
Yeah,
Like,
there are. Yep.
Starbucks is way too strong. Like, I would need to make it more of like a coffee milkshake for Starbucks to work for me.
Right. You know who has good coffee? Panera has good coffee, I think. You ever have their coffee? Panera?
I mean, the Panera coffee, it has like hazelnut flavor, and that's the most popular one.
Right.
Because it's the most mild, and the rest of Panera coffee is also too bitter for me.
Right.
But I think Dunkin' is okay, but I don't get it that often because again, Panera's free, and if I do get coffee, I like to just help out niche pagodas or delis, rather than go to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. I guess it's more interesting to me to go to a deli. I don't think there's a price difference. I think all coffee is expensive except for maybe McDonald's. I don't know.
Yeah, McDonald's actually has pretty good coffee. I like theirs. Wendy's has good coffees, and Burger King has good coffee too, as well. You could get.
They're pretty cheap, but I'm not always. If you can get near a McDonald's, yeah, I think their coffee is pretty good.
I know. Well, who is it? I think one of those companies, I forgot, is giving away something. They were giving away cheeseburgers or something like that. I don't know. That was hard to get into. Hard to get.
I mean, I know on certain days, Wawa markets in New Jersey do free coffee.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Chestnut Market, and they're in lots of gas stations.
Yeah, that might be.
They used to have 99-cent coffee, and so did Cumberland Farms, but sadly, I think it's gone up a little to $1.29. And even they've gone up.
7-Eleven's good too. I haven't had one of them in a long time.
They're okay, actually. 7-Eleven, it's not bad. It's just so hard to understand their rewards points.
And they have.
Well, if you spend this and then you use the points, then maybe you'll get $1 off on Tuesday.
Right. Well, 7-Eleven has 10 different coffees. You could get a blueberry muffin coffee.
Yeah.
You could get a crumb cake coffee. You could get the French vanilla. You could get the hazelnut, and then they have other types.
Lots of flavors for sure. And they came out with their pumpkin flavored one so early. I think it was August when they put the pumpkin one on the shelves.
Yeah, because that's popular now, the pumpkin spice coffee. Yep. Absolutely.
It's just kind of ick, the pumpkin.
Yeah, right. Everything is pumpkin here. You got Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin, you got the Starbucks pumpkin, all of it, all the time.
Well, I tried, what was it, a pumpkin caramel candy?
Oh, wow. I don't know if I'd like that.
Because I'm always I wanted to just see how, I'm not really a pumpkin person, but I'm let's see how bad it is. And I have to say the pumpkin caramel candies, which were from Werther's, which is a pretty big brand, they were terrible.
Really?
The thing is, when you first bite into them, I guess you want to like them. So you're they're okay. And then in the second half, you're no. But some people say a lot of popular pumpkin products aren't exactly what pumpkin tastes like, that they taste more like nutmeg.
Yeah.
And that when you eat pumpkin pie or pumpkin spice lattes, that they actually taste more like nutmeg.
Yeah, because that's, I guess it's more of the spice that goes into the pumpkin. That's what they do, the nutmeg, they have allspice, they have all different things that they combine to make it. you know.
Yeah.
You know, of course, it's really like the pumpkin is really, they flavor it with the spice, like the pies and the. I like pumpkin muffins. I like pumpkin bread. That's good too. You know, I like
Like I
that.
had a pumpkin muffin again, also to like try it out.
Yeah.
But the pumpkin muffin, I guess it was like okay, but it was like a little bit stale because it had obviously been out for a while from the 7-Eleven.
Right.
But the cream cheese part of it was good, I think.
Yeah, they usually have cream cheese with the pumpkin. Yes,
Yeah.
they usually do. Yep. Well, right now from now until November will be pumpkin mania here in New York and New Jersey and stuff, you know.
I mean, going pumpkin picking is a huge deal with parents.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, going pumpkin picking is a big deal.
Yeah.
And the parents drive miles to go pumpkin picking, which I think
Oh,
is
yeah.
crazy. Where they go out to like the middle of New Jersey, the areas that people would never go to go pumpkin picking, and I think you have to make your reservations. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, by the time you get back, the pumpkin's gonna rot away, and also like you could just go to ShopRite and pick up a pumpkin.
Right. Well,
Like,
when my son was little, we would go pumpkin picking for him, you know, and you go there and they paint the kids' faces and stuff like that,
yeah,
you know.
they do. I mean,
They do
it's just
stuff like
more
that.
of like a fun thing to do with the family and an experience.
Right.
And you go on a hayride, you go to the corn
Right.
maze. Like, I don't know if they have this in the Philippines, but it's more of like a tradition. I don't know. I just might feel stressed by how crowded it is.
Well,
so I don't know why I say that when the
let's
crowded.
ask them. Do you have
Do you do pumpkin picking?
I don't know if they have pumpkins, but
I mean,
do they
because they don't do
celebrate?
Halloween, right? Halloween
I don't
is really an
know.
American holiday.
Let's ask them. Do you guys do Halloween? Someone let me know. Do you celebrate Halloween like we do here, where kids go out and they get candy and stuff like that? I don't know if they do that. They may not do that in the Philippines, but I don't know if they celebrate. Anyway, hello to Andy Nortia. I don't think I've ever spoken to Andy before. Hello, Andy. All right, we're going to do some more shout outs to everybody. Make sure I got everyone.
Oh, wow, we got more fans.
Well, I'm gonna say everyone that's here. Mary Grace Lopez Franco. Again, shout out to you. And then we have of course my favorite, Lucita Polar Noine Francisco and Inde Lucine. Hello. You know how I feel. That's great. So Lucy is watching us. Judy Rosialda, too, who I know. She's watching us. So that's a shout out to her. And then we have, let's see, who else? We have Rubina. Rubina is watching, too. So shout out to Rubina. And there goes the sirens again, folks. There goes all the sirens all the time in New York. And Judy, of course, Judy Rosialda is a shout out. I might have gotten her twice. And then Andy, we have Andy Nortia, Layato. So. And once again, Esther, the sirens are going on.
I mean, it's kind of it's a really rainy day today. So
right.
I think on rainy days, more stuff happens, like car accidents or that kind of a thing.
Yes. And then during the winter, there's a lot of fires too, because people use the electric heaters and stuff like that, and they catch on fire. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, that a lot of people do get themselves space heaters.
Right.
I personally wouldn't want to mess with it. I'd rather just be cold. But I think I might have forgot to turn a space heater off, and I don't think I ever set anything on fire. I just worried my housemates about it.
Right.
But I remember when I lived in Massachusetts, we used a pellet stove instead of traditional heating, and you had to refill it, and it was just a total pain in the neck, actually. But
Sure.
the second year I moved to a place that had more normal heating, because like one time I woke up and it was 10 degrees and it was just like, but on a rainy day like today, I think there's more accidents or people slip and fall. Who knows?
Right.
Hopefully not me, that I won't slip and fall.
Well, I think in the Philippines, though, they don't have to worry about heat. I think it's always hot there.
It's warm year round, right?
What's that?
It's warm year round, so you don't have to worry about heat.
I would think so, yeah. It's in the Pacific. It's in that area. I think like Indochina and like Japan is close too, I think,
Yeah.
And so they're, I don't think they have really that many seasons over there. I could be wrong. Let them tell us. Let's see if anyone from there can tell us what the weather is like all the time. But I would think it's mostly hot, or
in the
warm.
Philippines, yeah.
Yeah,
but I think it does rain a lot. But from what my friend was saying, and she's from the Philippines, when it rains, they still go outside and go swimming and stuff.
Yeah, it probably gets, once the sun comes out, it probably dries up everything.
I mean, that's the thing, right? If it might only rain for like 10 minutes and then it gets, then it stops. And if it's 90 degrees, then they don't need to worry about the rain.
Yeah, actually, I used to live in Arizona in the Phoenix area.
You live in Phoenix?
Yes, in that area, Tempe, actually, near Arizona State. So they would have like a monsoon season where it would rain like a big deluge for like 10 minutes, like you said, 10, 15 minutes. And then the sun would come out and it would dry everything. Like I remember I would be walking, the rain would come down, I'd be soaking wet. And then once the sun came out, like within 15 minutes, I was dry as a bone.
Yeah, if it's that warm out, it dries quickly. Whereas with us, with the rain we've been having here, it's now the fourth day it's been raining and it's only like 60 degrees. So
it's terrible, yeah.
It could take a while for it to dry, but it's so funny how like when it's raining, 60 degrees feels ick, but yet if it's sunny, 60 degrees isn't that bad.
Right. It depends. Like last night, I actually had to sleep with a blanket, which I hadn't done for a long time, So Judy Rosialda is saying that I am right. It's always hot in the Philippines. Yep. There you go.
Wow.
So, yep. Always hot there. I guess, I don't know. I guess it's like Hawaii too, in a way, right? Hawaii must be always hot, I would think. I don't think they have any snow in Hawaii or anything. That's in the Pacific. So, yeah. It takes 24 hours, I think, to get to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Plane, yeah. Probably
so I guess we're not going to be commuting there.
No. Probably have to stop off in like Malaysia.
California or Hawaii or something.
Well, yeah. Then you go to like Malaysia or something like that. Then you make a stop off there. Probably.
My aunt goes to Malaysia and Indonesia a lot, actually.
You what? I'm sorry.
My aunt goes to Malaysia and Indonesia a lot.
Oh, really? Actually. That's interesting.
She knew someone who worked for the airline, so she got like free flights, and then she was willing to kind of live like you can live fairly cheaply.
Right.
And then some wealthy people kind of said, "We'll take you in, and you can stay with us." So she goes quite often, but it's great if you can really travel and be an adventurer. It's great. Unlike me, where I don't even want to go to Staten Island.
Yeah, right. No. I wouldn't want to go to Staten Island either, though. You go.
I mean, actually, Staten Island just feels further away than, say, Pennsylvania, to be honest. Like, I like to go out to, like, towns in eastern Pennsylvania, like in Bucks County, that are really charming. But, like,
yeah, that's nice, yeah.
Staten Island, I'm like,
Yeah.
Because, like, that bridge is so costly. It's, like, such a short bridge, and you have to pay so much for it.
Oh, I know. What's it up to now? Like $20 or something like that?
Yeah,
or
like $20, and it's like a block long, the bridge.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yep.
And I don't think you can walk over it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You have to take it, otherwise you go. I don't know.
Is that the what bridge is that? It's not the Verrazano, is it? No, the
The
Verrazano. Yeah.
Verrazano, whereas the Outer Bridge and the Goethals, I think, are cheaper if you go from New
Yeah.
Jersey. But
Right.
if
The
you're
outer.
coming from Long Island, you have to take the Verrazano.
Right. Well, I had
But
a.
they have like a comedy show on Staten Island, actually.
Yeah,
Staten
they
Island
do.
Comedy TV.
Yeah, they have a club there. I know. Yeah.
That several Long Island comics have done. But I think
Uh-huh.
they directed them to go to Jersey and then go into Staten Island that way. But
Oh, really?
I mean, I've done it twice, but one time I hosted it, and the other time I was just one of the comics on it. But actually, that's one of the last things I did before COVID, I think. It was
Right.
the end of February 2020 when I did it, and then I did it again in October 2021, I think. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, it was one of the last things I did before the world shut down. But it's a long ride, though. It's fun, the Staten Island comedy show. Like,
Yeah.
and you get to be on TV, so that's nice. I don't know. The guy who runs it, Nevin Cummings, is really nice. Maybe I'll do it again. Who knows?
Yeah. That would be
Though I
nice.
but yeah, Staten Island, it just feels like it's so far and like it's very different from the rest of the 5 boroughs.
Oh, yeah.
Like it feels like it's more the suburbs. It doesn't have a subway you can get to. You know?
No, it's just the ferry, right? You got to take the ferry
You
across.
take the ferry, but otherwise, I think there's a railroad there, but there's not like a subway like in the rest of
Right.
the boroughs. You can't
Right, it
take
doesn't
the
go right.
subway.
Yeah. So
Like the Hoboken and Jersey City almost feel like they're more a part of the city than Staten Island is. Like it's quicker to get from Hoboken or Jersey City into the city than it is from Staten Island.
yeah, absolutely. I remember when I was young, like around 18, my friend was dating a girl in Staten Island, right? And we were on Long Island, and he used to have a row of the tokens for the bridge, lined up in his car. But at that time it was only like $1.25, I think, to get across the bridge.
Wow.
Yeah. You're
So it
talking
wasn't that bad.
1978, so it was like $1.25 or something, or $2, I forgot. So he used to hate to take that ride when he had to drop her off, at night. Like we'd go out, and stuff.
Yeah, you go out and then you feel like it's the right thing to do.
And it's
drop
like
her off rather than, and the ferry
Right.
leaves.
And it's like 2:00 in the morning, and he would say to me, "Hey, you want to go for a ride?" I'm like, "Okay." So I was like the other, his guy that would hang out with him going to Staten Island and back, so because he didn't want to take the ride alone because it's a long ride, so he didn't want to do it. So.
Yeah.
My job was to give him the token to go into the bridge, and keep him awake. That's another thing. That was my job.
Yeah.
But yeah, and she lived like not close to the bridge at all either. So she was like another.
Yeah, there are parts of it that are not that close to the Verrazano
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. So it was even worse for him,
Like with my friend, when I went there, I had a friend who used to live there, and he didn't drive. Which I
Right.
think if you live there and you don't drive, life stinks. Like it's
Right.
not an easy place to get around if you don't
Right.
drive.
Right.
But I don't know. I would have to drive him back. Like if we went out in the city and it was too late for the ferry or the express bus, I would drive him back.
Right.
I don't know. He is out of his mind. Where like we would go out to eat at a diner, and I guess somebody only got a coffee and everyone else ordered food. And then the person said, I only got coffee and it was 75 cents. I don't want to also put a couple bucks in for the tip. And he like fought the person and all, which, now
Right.
I don't talk to him. But I think that's kind of like a bit much. Like if you only got coffee and it was 75 cents, you shouldn't have to put in for a couple bucks for the tip.
Right.
But that just shows how long ago that was. In the good old days when coffee was 75 cents.
Well, Esther, before we wrap it up, is there anything you want to add, or anything you want to show, anything you want to add or show, or anything like that?
Sure. First
Okay.
of all, I am putting on a show tomorrow
Okay.
in Carroll Gardens at Planted Coffee at 7 o'clock. And as you know, we're going to be doing the Price is Right live on Facebook. You can follow Esme4, and that'll be at lunchtime, 12 o'clock, this
12
coming
o'clock.
Friday with
Okay.
Felix
I'm going to
himself
be on.
and my cousin Stan.
Right. So it's me and Stan Friday at 12 o'clock on Esther's page. That's
So everyone is
SMA4.
welcome. We do it live, and everyone's welcome to play along and see how good they are at the game.
Yes. So that would be interesting for everyone. So I'm going to post that also.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's going to be this Friday at 12 o'clock. That's Eastern Standard Time on SMA4, ESME4 FORR. It's going to be me and Stan are the guests, and Esther's going to ask
I'll
us
be
the
the host
questions.
and the judge.
You're the host. That's right. So that'll be good. That'll be interesting. I'm curious to see what you're going to present to us for pricing. So that would be interesting.
Yeah, I'll have a few surprises because I thought of adding some different kinds of items as part of it, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that would be great. I'm looking forward to it, Esther. Yeah. So
Awesome.
that's what we got up for Esther. All right, Esther.
All right.
I guess that's it. So
thank you so much for having me. This has been amazing.
It's
Talk to you soon.
It's always good, Esther. Always good. And
always good. Have a good one.
See ya. Okay, so that's it for Esther. All right. So that was interesting. I hope everybody liked it. Again, salamat to everybody from the Philippines, and salamat to Madam Lucy. Okay. And before we go, once again, I'm going to be on The Price is Right, the Inflation Edition, with Esther on Friday at 12 o'clock on her Facebook page. That's ESME4, ESME4 FORR. And what she's going to do is she's going to ask me and her friend or cousin Stan questions on how much things cost here in the U.S. and especially in her area, New Jersey and New York. And we're going to guess and see who wins. Okay, probably Stan will win because he always wins. Last time I played him, he always wins. All right. So everybody, Wale Sapayan, that means you're welcome. That's to Judy and whoever else is watching. Appreciate it. Tonight, watch Bonnie Scalisi on her page at 8 o'clock. Okay, I believe she is on tonight. Don't forget to watch Bonnie and watch her page. Okay, don't forget to watch Knock 'em Dead at 11 o'clock on the YouTube on Gov's Comedy Club podcast with my buddy Tony Walker. Tony Walker's a great guy. If it wasn't for him, there would be no show. All right. Mary Grace, bye-bye. All right. Everyone there, good to see you. We're going to be signing off in about 5 minutes. And that's it. So next week, we got Ken Comics Cook with Bonnie. Okay, and probably Esther, and then we're going to have a couple more people. Then in October, we're going to have, probably mid-October, we're going to have Anchina down in Florida. Okay, in I believe it's St. Joe's, I forget. It's the northern part of Florida on the Panhandle. So we're going to have her, and she is very well networked down there. So we'll be seeing some good stuff, and hopefully we're going to have Americo Fleban on, and then hopefully we'll have some restaurants and some other food establishments on for everyone. And then also don't forget in October, it's going to be What's Your Beef? We'll give you the debut date, okay, and the day for What's Your Beef with me and Frankie Merlo. Can't wait for that show. It's going to be a great show. And we're going to probably have Esther on too to go out and ask people questions on what their beef is. Okay. So before I go, I want to wish everybody a pleasant week and weekend. Okay, for my friends in the Philippines, I'll probably see you tomorrow. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock on Ate Lucy's page. Okay, not Ate Lucy, but the page that I'm always on. Then you'll be seeing her there. And Grace, for Mary Grace, God is good, and God is good all the time. And bless everybody in the Philippines, and bless everybody here that's watching today. All right. So I don't know what else. Everybody's saying goodbye. I wish everybody goodbye, and be safe, and may God bless you all. Okay. And who else we got? We got everybody saying goodbye to Ate Lucy. Okay. And Judy Rosialda, I will see you tomorrow. Okay. In the morning here, and at night where you are. All right. So I want to thank everybody. And thanks for watching. Bonnie, how are you, Bonnie? See, now you come on when I'm leaving, right? It's kind of like what I do to you, you do to me. I just said everybody to watch your show, Bonnie Scalisi. That's Scalisi, Bonnie Scalisi, tonight on her page, everyone, at 8 o'clock. Okay. Maybe you'll get some, Bonnie, maybe you'll get some people from the Philippines on. That would be interesting. Yeah. All right. Who do you have on, Bonnie? Why don't you tell me? Who do you have on tonight? Let's see. You're welcome. So who do you have on tonight, Bonnie? Write it down in the comments so I can see it. All right. Mary Grace. All right. So Mary Grace Lopez Franco is saying hello to you, Bonnie. All right. There you go, Bonnie. You got a lot of people here that are going to want to watch you. All right. Hopefully. Okay. So Bonnie is not announcing her guest because it's a surprise. And that's what I like about Bonnie. She's always making a surprise. And like I said, Bonnie, they're saying, hello, ma'am, Bonnie. That's Mary Grace Lopez. Judy Rosialda is saying hello to you, Bonnie. All right. Everybody is saying hello to you, Bonnie, here from the Philippines. All right. So I guess we will. Bonnie is saying hello back to Mary Grace and Rosialda. All right, great. All right. So I want to thank everybody. Bonnie, we're leaving now. We just had Esther on. And that's it. So thank you, everyone. Again, God bless. God is good. And thank you for watching. Okay. And to my Marita. Okay, there you go. All right.